Okay, listen, I can explain. Hi, my name is Memo, this is my channel, Houseplantygoodness, and essentially it's a place where I like to geek out about my big passion. You might be able to see some of it behind me, it's tropical houseplants. So yes. So yes. Things might have happened, purchases might have been had. This is a very, very large box. Oh. And yeah, I don't think there needs to be too much of an explanation before I start diving into this, but who's ready for an unboxing? Right. Two boxes today, both from Grow Tropicals. I cannot even remember how many plants I bought, but let's get to it, shall we? So, yeah, as you can tell, I've been busy. Back to the plants, sorry. So, this is, and I've got the list here because I can never remember names off the top of my head. This is the Alocasia Lukiwan, which is a sinuata crossed with an alba. And I'll bring it in so you can kind of see what it looks like, and hopefully it will focus and not on my face. Like this and like this. Oh, such a beautiful plant. And the annoying thing with this is it was doing exceptionally well for me as an allocation. It was upstairs. It was one of the ones that I don't have in this space. Let me just get a pair of scissors. It's one that I don't have in this space, but I have it upstairs in the bathroom, and it was doing really well. It even kind of got through most of winter unscathed, but a lot of issues basically. There is another video that I did on everything that I've learned that maybe some people don't talk about in terms of alocasias and why some people consider them challenging and things that maybe need to be considered, and I'll link that video here. I am literally currently editing that video. That's going to be coming out this week. I am hoping that's going to be the Thursday video, and this might be your Sunday video. So I'll have the link and add it there from when I'm editing this video. But yes, so that one has been on the struggle bus, and I'm down to the single leaf club, and it's really annoying with that one because it's on a single leaf. That single leaf is very much on the way out, but it is very much pregnant with a new leaf. So I need that leaf to survive until the new leaf, until the new one that it's pregnant with comes out. But I'm not convinced it will. It probably will, but I wanted a big bushy plant again, so I'm doing that. Sorry, I'm also snipping this without destroying the plant. Give me a sec. So yes, Alocasia Lukiwan. I'll do the root check. I'll see if I remember to do this for most of them. Oh, healthy, healthy roots. Sorry. Anybody for some root? There's a word. I'm not going to say it because I'm going to get blocked on YouTube, but some lovely juicy roots. But yes, really happy with this. I knew what I was getting into with this one, so I'm really glad to have a new one, and hopefully, because this sized up so fast, hopefully this will do better for me and I'll be able to adjust it a bit more in the changing of the seasons. But last time I got it towards the end of the season. This time around I'm getting it towards the beginning of the growing season. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this will do well. So yes, Alocasia Lukiwan. I'll hopefully on the video at different stages I'll put names, size of pots and pricing so you can kind of see what it is. I'll also link my code somewhere on the screen as well. I don't know if it's still working. I'm assuming it might be. Worth giving it a try. If you do, 10% off. Right. Okay, shall we move on to the next one? I don't even know what this is, but I'm just going to open it up and see. Right. Oh, this is a small plant, but a very, very cool plant. This is an orchid. So I'll bring it up so I can show you. This is another one that I might not mount this one. I've had really good success with Bulbophyllums in net pots actually, so because they need to remain a bit wetter by and large. So this was a really cool Bulbophyllum. Bulbophyllum? I think it's Bulbophyllum, yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Bulbophyllum? Bulbophyllum concinnum? Concinnum? It's concinnum, yes. And it's got, oh, did I lose the little, I know what that one is, but labels are good. Love, grow tropicals for the labels. Labels. Sorry, in case you didn't, or in case this is the first time you're watching any of my unboxings, chaos is what's about to ensue, and I do apologize, but this is how I like to do my unboxings. Right, let me try and get this off without breaking anything. Come on, way. Right, I'll bring it in so you can kind of see it. Still a very young plantlet. Bulbophyllums, by and large, until they have a flower, there's not an awful lot to write home about, but this is a very, very cool one. I'll see if I can find a picture of what the flower might look like and add it here. But yes, this is one that definitely, and the roots look quite good on this as well. So this is one more orchid for the collection. I'm doing okay with orchids, in case anybody was wondering. I'm doing really okay with a lot of these orchids. I'm learning, there's knockbacks. I haven't lost an orchid in the last year, I don't think. So we're doing okay. Oh, actually, no, I lie. I'm looking at two dead ones now. Remember those little, like, small mounty ones that needed to go into terrarium, which I did eventually put in a terrarium. I just could never get them happy, or they're watering down. So, but majority of the rest of them are all fine. So watch this space. Now let's move on, because how many plants have I actually got? Like, hold on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, of which 7 are the ones that I purchased. The 8th was a gift, basically, with the purchase, and I'm assuming it might be in the big box. I haven't even got to the big box yet. Have I got another? I don't know if I've got another orchid, actually. This was a very, very interesting purchase when I did this, because I'm just like, no, I want some. Whoa. Yes, no, I got a second orchid. There you go. It's nice if I remembered what I ordered. This is another Bulbophyllum, because this came across when I was looking at the other one. Apologies, trying to make not to make too much noise, but it's also the middle of the day. You gotta love these types of. Just checking that I put the label in the correct one, because I do these videos and I throw the labels around and I'm just like, which one's which and where am I putting the labels? Labels, and also put them. As always, I do these videos because there are plants arrive in the middle of the week, so I am halfway through my work day now, which is separate. Actually, for a lot of people that don't know, I run my own business, which is entirely separate industry as well than YouTube. So this is not my source of income. This is something that I do for a bit of fun. So yes, I'm trying to like merge it into my work day as well. So I've got a lot of meetings to get to after this filming and unboxing, and also to actually get some work done as well. So this is another Bulbophyllum. This is a Bulbophyllum, or is it Bulbophyllum capitatum? Capitatum. This is a slightly larger Bulbophyllum. I think the way that it would grow with these leaves in relation to the other one. This is also a bit dry, so I need to do some research on whether or not there's some decent roots in this. I need to do some research on this one more so, because I remember one of them is more favouring the dry substrate, or would like to go towards dry, and the other one needs to stay evenly moist. And that's going to be the problem child, and I have a sneaky suspicion that it's the smallest one. This one is probably going to be the one that I'm going to be alright with. What should be the other way around? Put the right label in. Right, let me put this down and move on, because I wasn't expecting to do any kind of orders, or any large orders at least, of plants this year. But some of you might know it was my birthday recently. I also was sick for my birthday, so, or ill. I had a cold, I didn't even have a flu. So yeah, I thought, you know what, let me treat myself. So I was already in that mind frame, and unfortunately, so that's the good reason why I bought this. The bad reason why I bought this is unfortunately last week I lost one of the girls basically. So one of the southern bells is no longer with us. Tallulah, the brown, the really pretty feathered Brahma. Unfortunately, she had some reproductive issues, basically, which I did everything that I could in order to kind of help her to not have an issue, but unfortunately it was too far gone, and it was possibly an issue that I missed since last year. Anybody who's got chickens will know that they tend to perish quite quickly. By the time you've realized that something's wrong, it's usually far too late. And unfortunately, it was one of those situations. I was devastated. Still am a bit down about that, basically. Trying really hard not to cry for this. And I know it's silly, and I know I need to toughen up, because this is part of having animals that are meant to be kind of, not livestock, but farm animals. They don't always have the longest lives. I know that I did right by her. She had a great life while she was around. So, but yes, I needed a bit of a pick-me-up. So this is my pick-me-up. All right, let me do this because it's going to be loud. All right. So yes, usual packaging, brown box, reflectives, and then the usual tubes of plants on the inside. Let's start. I don't know where to start with. Oh, let's start with the plant that I still have, that it's on the struggle bus, and they had a good new one, so I'm just going to replace it. Let me put that down. But yes, that was, sorry, bit of a downer at the very beginning of the video, but that's the reality of life, unfortunately. Things like this happen. We need to deal. The rest of the girls, before anybody asks, are all doing okay. It was interesting to see some of the grieving that was happening, in their own way, if that makes sense. And anybody who's ever had a silky will know that the only one that basically did not skip a beat and went straight back into laying within a day was one of the silkies, because chaos gremlins. And I won't be replacing Tallulah for right now, because I can only have 5 chickens at the allotment. One is gone now, so I've got 4. And generally when you introduce birds to an existing flock, there's a lot of things that need to happen, but one of the things is generally it's not suggested to introduce just one animal to a flock, because there's bullying and pecking and all these things that happen. It's usually good to do a minimum of 2 at a time. So last time when I introduced the 2 girls, it was 2 girls introduced into 3. Right now, and we can't have more than 5 chickens at the allotment, so I don't want to do this. And obviously, because I'm going to be moving to a much bigger house, and then chicken maths is about to happen, and I'm going to end up with a lot more animals, including a lot more chickens, I'll just have to wait until then. Okay, let's move on to, I'm pretty sure I got at least 1 Anthurium. No, I got 2 Anthuriums. Okay, so let's start with the smaller Anthurium, and this might surprise a few people. This is the right one, I think, yeah. I have not had the best success with this Anthurium when I was first starting off, and this is one of the slightly more beginner-friendly Anthuriums. People that have been on my channel long enough probably would have guessed which one this is now. But I thought I'd give it another try. There was a bigger version of it, and I was very tempted because the big versions just look so sexy. I didn't want to spend that kind of money on it, but also I don't have where to put it. So a smaller one, and I'll see how I get on. Oh, this is so cool. These are much more easy to find these days. Not that they were particularly difficult to find, but the quintessential Anthurium that doesn't mind going dry. Let me just take off labels as well. Oh, the labels also have the prices on now these days. As I said, I'll put the prices on at the top of the screen for you guys to see. Right. Let me get this going. One sec, so I can cut this, and then I will show you what the plant is. But as I said, I think a lot of people probably have already guessed what it is. This, back in my collection, is an Anthurium clarinervium. Super, super, super cute. I have not had a clarinervium in, God, how many years has it been now? Since way before the pandemic, since 2018, I would say. So it's been quite a few years since I've had a clarinervium in my care. So I am very curious, knowing what I know now, the fact that this is not one of the thirstier anthuriums and it likes to be a bit more, it does prefer to go dry, I think, at least in my experience, and then get watered. Obviously not dry for many, many days, but let's see how I get on with this, because this is notoriously, and I've heard from a lot of you as well, that the clarinervium is notoriously one of the things that if you're an overwaterer, this is not your friend. And I am definitely an overwaterer, so let's see how I get on with this. And it's interesting looking at this now because I've got the little small plantlets that I got last year, which has struggled a bit. It's had a few issues with like some snails and slugs of the Delta Force. So that it's been a while since I had an Anthurium clarinervium in my hands to be able to compare it to the Delta Force leaves. And I said, oh no, yeah, you can see it. You can really see it. Right, let me put this down and let's move on. Okay, this is very exciting because I think with this one I had a smaller version of it. It did not survive. Did I have a smaller version of it? I'm trying to remember. Did I end up buying it? I know I wanted it, and I know a lot of people were saying, oh, this is actually one that you can find quite easily in the States, I think it was, as an Anthurium. And it was, I think, a lot cheaper than what it was being sold here, and it was a very small thing. So I thought I had it, and I was replacing it because I managed to kill that quite quickly. Maybe I imagined that, but this is very, very cool because this is, I don't think I had this. Or I definitely didn't have it at this size. Oh, very, very cool. Very, very, very cool. And there's a new leaf, which I'm hoping it didn't get bashed around too much. Right, let me take the plastic off this because this requires a moment in the spotlight. But oh, how much was that? I can't remember now. This was the most expensive plant on the purchase, was it? No, there's one more that was more expensive. And you'll see that that's a big plant though. And that plant still is a lot cheaper than what it used to be even a few years ago. And I can't believe I'm going to have that in my collection after years of wanting one. Right, let me just take off the plastic without killing the plant. Now bring it in so you can see it. Oh, MG. Oh, MG, let me hide my face and look at the darkness. This is the Anthurium Queen of Hearts. So pretty. But you know what? I wasn't sure about this plant. I really, really was not sure about this plant. It photographed really well. And I'm going to say something really annoying now. Even with the good photographs, my humblest of opinions, they still don't do this justice. This is a stunning. Oh, I don't know if the lights are blowing out how pretty the leaves are, but they are so dark. They are so dark. They are not black, they are just not black. There's the newest leaf as well. It seems much wood. Okay, let's see how it goes. But oh, like this is stunning. This is absolutely stunning. Oh, I'm so glad I got this. And it's got a slight texture to the leaves as well. Really, really, really interesting and unusual Anthurium. Really, really interesting and unusual Anthurium. This would get me as excited as other people might get about the standard Queen Anthurium, the Anthurium aurochianum. For me, that plant was always a bit like, it's okay. I mean, it's done okay for me. Like, it's only got 2 leaves. There's this one and a very busted looking one at the very back, but it's because it hates winter, like all my Anthuriums. This could have had me fangirling the same way that people were and still are for the Queen Anthurium, if I'm being honest. This is very pretty. Please, 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 for the people that mentioned last time that they had this or have had experiences with this in the States, please tell me anything I need to know about this that you might have as experience. I'm going to do my research with this, obviously, but I always prefer it, and I think most of us do, if you get like real human experiences. I know all of our cares are different and our environments are different, but anything I can get right now, please and thank you. Well, yes, yes, yes. Okay, on to the next box. And just for size reference, just the size of the next box. I was expecting this one to be large. I didn't expect it to be quite this large, because I know one of the plants in here is going to be... Oh, I'm really hoping the free gift is not a large plant, and you'll see what I mean, and you might kick me for not wanting a large plant, especially if it's free of this variety, but I don't have the space for that. But you know what, I'm not going to say no to a free plant. I mean, come on. I know a lot of people that would have actually bought something because of the free plant, but I've already got the free plant already, and mine's quite large and in charge. So I didn't need another one. I might see with that one, I can either give it to some friends or something like that. No, there's 3 plants in here. What are the other plants? What? Okay. So let's do the free gift so that you can kind of see it. And luckily it's not this entire tube, by the way. It's much, much smaller, which manageable, 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 manageable. So let's see, I'm leaving the big one for last. Oh, and I can see it already. It looks so cool. It looks so cool. Sorry. It's really interesting with these unboxings because it doesn't matter how I run them, I can't keep everybody happy. And I mean, that's true for most of my videos, but these are the ones, ironically enough, my unboxings are the ones that I get the most amount of hate. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm kind of used to it. In my line of work, I was what was known as somebody who has a bit of a rhino hide. I don't know if anybody else works on customer-facing roles, and if you're particularly good with dealing with difficult situations or difficult customers, they always get you to do it, which is such a joy. And it's just like, just because I'm good at dealing with this and it doesn't affect me as much as it affects other people, doesn't mean I should do it all the damn time. But sorry, that's my little whinge there. But yes, I was the one that people would go, right, you need to go and get screamed at by these individuals. We messed up, really sorry, but can you please deal with this? And I'm just like, fine. Because at the end of the day, I appreciate that everybody can have a bad day, and I also appreciate that people are not going to be happy, and sometimes they just need to vent. And as long as you try to fix things and people don't get personal with their like anger, then it's fine. You can have your anger. It's very much a case of, oh, do you remember, obviously tangents in this video and side stories and all of these things. Do you remember, is it the Snickers advert where it's, oh, is it Elizabeth Taylor? Might be wrong. And it's somebody who's like raging, and it's like Elizabeth Taylor, I think it's Elizabeth Taylor, I might correct myself. And then it's in like a football locker room and somebody gives her a Snickers bar, and then it changes to one of the other like sporty people, and the other person's just like, better, and it's just like, yes, better, as in like hangry. I get that, and it's very much like when people used to scream at me for things like that, and at the end of it, I always wanted to go, does that make you feel better? Good, good. Shall we move on now? Good, good, okay. Monstera, Pi, Constellation. Irony is, I have my one, which is huge, and I'll see if I can put a picture or a video here so you can see how large it is upstairs in my office. Mine was never this small. Mine was at least 2 or 3 times like this, the size of this, when I first got mine, and it was when nobody could get them, and I managed to get like a drop that happened, and it was a whole thing. But very, 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 very cool plant. And it's quite nice to see them now being given as free gifts of all things. Really, really, really cool plant. Still to this day, I still really rate the Monstera type Constellation. So at this size, I might keep it. Might have a second one. No, Downsizing memo whilst I'm unboxing a whole bunch of plants. The irony is not lost on me. But yes, like I probably should just give this to somebody who would probably appreciate it. So I will do that. Stop being greedy. Okay, shall we move on to the plant that I really cannot place? What? Oh, I know what this is. I know what this is. Okay. This is very, very cool. Come on. All right. Oh, editing memo is going to have so much fun with all of the sounds. This is a plant that when I was first starting on my planty journey this time around, so 2018 or 2017, I got this from the supermarket, and this used to be my office plant when I still used to work for a company and I was in an office. And it was the normal standard form of it, the green form. I did not realize there was like a version that's like a neon. Yes, yes. I think it's the same type of plant. I'm pretty sure it is. Right, this is going to be exceptionally boring for some people because it's very much just a leafy plant. But I enjoyed growing the standard green form of this, the kind of standard green coloration of this a while back, and I'll bring it in so you can see. This is exceptionally cool, and this is quite nice and established. I think it is. Yeah, no, it is. It is. Because I can never remember what the botanical name of that plant was. I can only remember the common name. And this is that plant, but in neon form, I think. So for the eagle-eyed, this is, oops, sorry. This is the Radimacara sinica golden vein, I think. But this is a neon China doll. I think that's the common name that I knew it, and I got it from the supermarket. My China doll I got from the supermarket, and it grew. It was, to this day, you know when you've had like really good experiences and you found a plant to be really, really super easy and really not fussy, and it went through a lot of abuse from you, and I didn't know what I was doing back then, and I was only just getting back into plants again. So it wasn't the most ideal situation to have that plant. And not only did it do well and survived, it thrived. And it thrived in an office on neglect. Really bad lighting. I'm assuming this one's going to need a bit more lighting because it is the neon form of it. Apologies. Let me just... But I couldn't let this not join my collection. Also, so cheap, so cheap. 7 Great British pounds. And again, I hopefully would have put the name and the price at the top, but oh, look at it. This is so bad. It does not do it justice because annoyingly, every time I try to film one of these, it's either in the evening, because I've had to finish work today. I've been able to take like a few minutes break, and I'll just work later today. The joys of spring and summer, where there's still light later on in the day, but it's always dark. So it's a really overcast day today, and apparently for all I know, I think tomorrow, after tomorrow, it's going to be sunny and warm days, and obviously this happened today. Oh. Do you see what I mean? Not that many people are going to get excited about this, but I will say, that should tell you something. That this plant, so many years later, after all of these plants, and after caring for plants for so long, that original China doll that I had sitting on my desk in my office, still fondest of memories because of how easy it was. Watch this not be easy. But I think these are closely related to, or at least related to both this one, which a lot of plants, I'm loving the fact that so many people are asking about this plant. This is the Traversia, I can never remember which way it is, Burkii. I wanted the other one, which is slightly more interesting leaves as well, but that one very rarely comes to the market. And this one, I've got Grow Tropicals to thank for that again, because they had it in stock last year where I got it, or the year before actually. They still have some in stock at the moment. I think they've been reduced to a very reasonable price because I paid through the teeth for this, happily, because I was looking for that plant for nearly 6 years. So when I get people in my comments going, what in God's name is that plant? Because I've tried searching for it, I can't find it. I understand, because it's not a very well-known plant. It's not a rare plant, but not that many people know about it. It's got its own issues, but yeah. So this grows a bit like a tree. Upstairs, I've got my Peliskia Ming, which is, I think, again, closely related to these as well. So I will correct myself invariably in editing if I'm talking utter rubbish, which I very well might be, but I think they are. I think they are at least related. Because this one can turn into a little bit of a mini tree as well. So, sorry. Can you tell how much I'm loving this plant by the amount of gushing that I'm doing on this one? So yes, very, very excited to see this one grow. Really hope that it does well for me. Really, really hope that it's about as easy. It's not going to be the same, but as close to easy as possible as the all green standard form of the China Doll. Actually, the China Doll that I had very, very small leaves. These got very large leaves, so pleasantly surprised. Right, we're ready for the Mama Jama. And I know already this is not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but this was again one of those plants. So you know when we all had, everybody wanted the Spiritus Sancti. You could never find it anywhere. Now you can. Everybody wanted the Monstera obliqua Peru. Stupid expensive. All of these plants, stupid expensive. Couldn't find them. Now you can find them relatively cheaply. This is another one of those, and you could only import these and they would come in and the corm would be rotted and you'd be starting from scratch. So you'd have to like grow it out and they're notoriously difficult. I am expecting this plant to die. Should I start with that? Because I don't think a lot of people had great success with this and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to grow it in this space. It might just live on this table when I'm not filming. It'll be on the floor otherwise when I'm filming. So it gets the best amount of light and circulation from the air and the humidity in here. I'm really, really hopeful, but sorry, I just need to see this. Oh, I can't believe I've got one of these. I can't believe I've got one of these. Right, let me unbox this really gently because I do not want to destroy the leaves of this. Okay, somebody might have already picked out what this is just by looking at it. So, and it's a decent sized plant. I knew that it was going to be on the smaller side, that's fine. Every single one of these leaves has got variegation on it. So this is the Musa Florida, I think, if I'm not mistaken. The variegated banana, essentially, Musa Florida. I think there was the AA one, EA one. And then the no-no one as well, which they also had, which I was debating getting. Oh, this little leaf got a bit bent. So this one's probably going to go. I don't know if I did that when I was unboxing, but no, that just looks like it might have got a bit bashed, which is fine. By the way, I was expecting most of these leaves would have an issue, and actually the fact that it arrived as well as it has, I am entirely fine with this. One thing I was not expecting, there's a slight velvetiness to these leaves. I am so pleasantly surprised. But yes, notoriously difficult plants to get happy. I'm not going to take it out of this just yet. But yeah, I might actually, it's just bent. So I might see if I can actually jerry rig something so it doesn't like flop around quite so much. Let me hold that so it doesn't flop too much. But very, 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 very cool plant. I cannot, hopefully that's picking up on camera quite how pretty this is. And it's finally came down at a price that I was just like, you know what? For that price, I'm willing to do this. If this grows large, fast, as bananas tend to do, although I don't know if it's a variegated one, if it's going to be a bit slower, which I'm okay with. I do not know where I'm going to put it. Do not know where I'm going to put it. But that's a future memo problem. Future memo problem. I just cannot. You know when you have certain plants and you just thought, I'm never going to own that. Never going to own that. I don't want to spend that kind of money. I don't want to take the risk of buying it from abroad. I know it's probably going to die on me and it's too much money, or I'd get really annoyed if I ordered it and I get really hyped up about it arriving and it comes to me in mush form. Listen, I'm okay with even just seeing this for once. Even if it dies tomorrow, I won't be happy. But at least I can say I've seen one up close now. And to be fair, no, I had seen one, a relatively sizable one actually, but it wasn't even vaguely as variegated as this. And I know the person that had it, who had a very large collection, very expensive collection a few years back, probably paid a lot of money for that plant. But it wasn't doing the bestest. This is very cool. So That's what I always say, sometimes waiting for plant prices to come down, especially things like variegated plants. I know, I hear all of you, not everybody's into their variegated plants. That is completely fine. We don't all need to like the same thing. But especially with things like variegated plants, a lot of the times what you're getting when everybody wants them and they're really, really expensive is variegated plants that don't have the best genetics. They don't have an awful lot of variegation, and they're just like, you'll have this, you'll pay through the teeth for it, and you'll be happy. But if you wait for a bit longer and the prices start coming down and maybe not as many people are searching for them, you can then start getting much more ideal looking specimens for really not very much compared to what they would have been before. So super duper duper happy to have this in my care. Oh my God, I can't tell you how much I'm excited about this. And yes, this did cheer me up. But yes, I think that is everything. I'm pretty sure that's everything. Let me just double check. I can't see anything else in the boxes. So 2 Bulbophyllums, Anthurium, clarinervium, the Alocasia Lukiwan, the Deliciosa, the Thai Constellation, the Gift, the China Doll, the Anthurium Queen of Hearts. Anthurium Queen of Hearts. I don't know if you get this, because I get this with unboxings, where you're just like, I know I'm going to get excited by a specific plant. And I did, by both the China Doll and I was expecting it with the banana plant. I was not expecting to get as excited as I did about the Queen of Hearts. Oh. Do you get this as well when you ordered a whole bunch of stuff and you usually have 1 or 2 things on there that it's going, oh, okay, I'll add it in and see how it goes, and all of a sudden it arrives and it's just like, oh no, I should have given you props. You are beautiful. Queen of Hearts. Queen of Hearts. Yeah. Yeah, I think that is everything. Sorry. Can you tell I'm fried from a work day and I'm only halfway through my work day. I've still got a few hours to go and the overtime that I'm probably going to have to put in now. But yes, tell me what you thought. Tell me what you thought. And yes, I wasn't planning on purchasing and I probably shouldn't have purchased, but you know what? It makes me happy and I now need to find a place to put it. And hopefully if anybody dislikes unboxing videos, you didn't watch this video through because it's not something that you enjoy, and hopefully for the people that still enjoy watching unboxing videos, you enjoyed watching it. It was one of those things that I'm just like, I was debating going, do I film this or do I not? Because I don't know if there's that much appetite anymore for unboxing videos. But I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to be unboxing it anyway. I might as well bring you all along with me for the fun. That makes sense. But yes, sorry, I'll stop prattling on. Tell me which one was your favorite down below. And also tell me if you've got any of these and anything I should be aware of. Please and thank you. Right. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Hopefully I shall see you here soon. And I truly, truly hope that you have a great rest of your day. Thanks. Bye.